Good morning. It's day 100 on the PCT. 100 days. So it's a beautiful morning. It's not too cold. It's not too hot. It's sunny. It's awesome. The trail is, look at that, so smooth and nice right now. And so I slept really well last night, except when I heard a bear. So here's what happened. This campsite that we were at is a very well used one because it's a little bit bigger and it's the only water by a campsite for quite a while. So there were like 6 or 7 tents there last night alone. I think 7. Anyway, so I was looking around for a place to hang the food, and of course the trees are all like this, right? So hardly any good branches for hanging. So I decided to try the 2-tree hang, and that's what we did. Definitely needed help from my hiking partner. Well, I think I helped him. But anyway, so we hung our food in between 2 trees. It was great. I should have taken a picture, but I forgot. So, but I was worried because this campsite, there had been like 2 or 3 comments right in a row, like recently, saying that a bear came through. So, I don't know, 9:30, I hear some branches crack, and I'm like, and then listen, and I heard more branches crack, and it was back up near or towards the direction that the food was. So, I got on my headlamp, got out, looked around, grabbed my poles so I could bang them if I saw a bear, and then I actually finally walked up there just to make sure the food was still there, which it was. And then I turn around to come back, and I see a headlamp down in the place where everybody else was camped. I think it was a human bear digging a cat hole because there's somebody's headlamp going back to their tent. But a bear never bothered our food, and it was all there when we got up, and I never found a cat hole, but I didn't look. But I also didn't see any tracks around. So all I care is that my food is safe and that the bear didn't get anybody's stuff. So anyway, today's plan is, I don't know, but probably 17 to 20 miles. There's a road detour up ahead at right about like 18. So we'll have to figure out where we can camp if we go past the 17 and a half that I have marked already. So I'll keep you posted. Today is going pretty well. The trail is nice and smooth, beautiful views, quite a bit of shade, some exposed places. I'm sweating quite a bit. It's about 10 o'clock and we made 6 miles by like 9:45, which was not quite 3 hours. Wait. Oh yeah. Which was a little over 9.5 hours. So not bad. A lot of up right now. And then there's the last section of uphill, and then we'll be cruising for a bit, I think. So that's nice. Took a nice little break. Almost at the top. Had a snack, some water. Good to go. So I just got water at Whiskey Spring. Unfortunately, there was no whiskey there, just water. But it was 0.2 off the trail. It says 0.3, but at 0.2 you can get water very easily. So that's what I did. It was a bit of a downhill, and so then you're climbing back up, but it wasn't a big deal. A couple other people said that they tried to find water a little further down the trail, not down that little side trail, and couldn't find it. So now they have to wait till the next one. But all the water sources along here are slightly off trail. They're not a lot, like in the desert when we had to go like 3 miles off trail or whatever it was, but enough that it's not just an easy little dip off the trail and get your water. You kind of have to plan ahead a little bit. But on the plus side, not as many mosquitoes. Just had an hour and a half lunch on the side of the trail, laying in the shade, drinking coffee. I had some mashed potatoes with tuna and Doritos. And I'm finally full. For whatever reason, I just want to eat all morning. And then I'm good. I mean, not like I don't have to snack in the afternoon, but I definitely overdo my snacks in the morning. Try not to. But anyway, nicely refreshed. So now the choice is, there's water again in 3 miles, which I don't need. There's water in 8 miles, but it's almost a half a mile off trail. Or we can keep going, and supposedly there is water off the trail, or off the road walk soon after that 8 miles. But funny story, I can't get the topo maps to download to my phone because it always says corrupted download. And I didn't realize that it still hadn't downloaded until yesterday when I got a tiny bit of cell service and tried it again. Well, till I was on trail. And then yesterday I tried it again and said the same thing. So I couldn't do anything crazy like uninstall far out and reinstall it. So the directions for the other water source are follow the dotted blue line of the topo level elevation, the elevation line to this water. So I don't know what we're gonna do. We'd kind of be going blind without having the topo map on our phones. So we'll see. In the meantime, it's beautiful, although it's not too hot. The sun feels super hot, so that's the only draining thing right now. All right, here we go. I have my new umbrella, and I forgot the clip for it, but thankfully this little workaround is working. Oh, there's a road. That's an actual factual road. Wonder which way the trail goes. I should go check it out later. This is the Bear Fire area, from what I can tell based on the signs that I've read. Seems like somebody has recently done a bunch of extra work because the signs all say do a road walk, and then it's been clear up till here. But on all the signs it says don't bother with the road walk, it's fine. But there's a few blowdowns here, obviously, but these are the first ones I've seen, and I've been in this section for a bit. Well, that was silly. I had to change my climbing strategy when I was halfway over the top of this because I realized my umbrella is still on. So if I jumped down, I could have snagged it. But I got it. You know how I seem to have this habit of missing organized trail magic? Well, there's a plastic bag sitting underneath a sign a ways back on the trail. And I was like, ooh, I wonder if that's trail magic. And then I said, well, it wouldn't just be sitting there. And I could see there was a banana in it and some other stuff, but it was tied shut. And I thought, that's a food drop for somebody who's definitely coming through here later today. And I'm not going to get in it and eat food that they're counting on. And then later I met up with somebody. It was trail magic. I guess there was a note in the bag that said it. But what the heck? I'm not gonna open a bag that's probably somebody else's to see what I can see. Anyway, missed it again. But hey, I got awesome trail magic from Eva just a couple days ago. Funny story. Met a couple new people in the last couple days. And between yesterday and today, I've heard this story 3 times. One of them was, oh yeah, we had to get off trail for a couple weeks a while ago for work, but we're back now. The other one was, I had to get off trail for a month for work, but I'm back now. The other one was, I got off trail for, it's 4 times. I got off trail for an injury, and then I went home for, I forget, a couple weeks. And then the last one was, I forget. But anyway, it was very similar. It was a couple who was getting off for a wedding, and we were encouraging them, saying, it's not terrible when you come back. You just need to take a few days to adjust. And they were like, oh, that's right. They said, yeah, we did that once for something, for like a week. And then once we got off for a month to let the snow melt. So I'm not saying it's right, but I'm just saying that I would say 90% of the people are not reading their permit the way that the PCTA and the Forest Service especially, wants us to read it. So nobody's saying like, oh, I did a bad thing, I got off trail. They're saying this is what I did. So again, I'm not fighting. If that's what it means, it needs to be more clear. Because the wording can be interpreted multiple ways. And of course, we interpret it the way that we hope that it means, so that it works for us. That's all. So yes, this is the Bear Fire area. Wow. I feel like this is astounding. I know we're going to see a lot more of these. People have done a lot of work here too. You can see tons of cut trees off to the side. So thank you, volunteers. But it's still dirty and dusty. And I still have 2 miles till water. And I'm thirsty. If I really needed to, I could have gone 0.4 down to the last water source. But I did not want to. I've got about a couple more swallows. That was a hot, dry, and very sunny exposed section of trail. But I'm at the water. It was really steep getting down here. I just drank like 1.5 liters. as I was filtering. So I'm going to filter 2 liters and carry my Canuck bag back up. And then sounds like there's probably a place to tent on this road about a mile down, a mile north. Hopefully. Well, I got water. I washed my feet, soaked them for a while. I washed my legs. I washed my face. I got more water. I drank a lot of water. And now I'm waiting for my hiking partner because he thought I was going to Fowler Lake, which is off the trail. But it's apparently really pretty. And I'm going to hang out here for a while. I'm just going to lay here, all wrapped up, safe from mosquitoes, and hang out. It's already 8 o'clock. And I may as well do my goodnight video because I probably will be too tired later. So, go away, mosquitoes. I went 20.6 miles today, and it was a very nice hike, but very hot later in the day and very exposed. And I probably took a little bit too big of a risk with the water. I mean, I was just really thirsty. Not like dangerous or anything, but still. Should have planned ahead a little better. But hey, 20.6 miles. We're at like 12:50-ish. 12:47, I think. And tomorrow there's a little bit of a road walk there's like a small bit that we have to detour in this fire area. And then we'll be back on the trail. That's it. Haven't eaten dinner yet. And I'm not carrying the tent, so I'm not much use right now. But I'm going to get a campsite ready for us on the side of this road. That'll be something. So good night, and thanks for watching.